The date is September 4th, 2024. In 9 days, I will stand before a judge of the Elbert County, Colorado District Court to provide my defense against the motion of a lender who demands the right to repossess a vehicle in response to my unwillingness to honor my own promissory note. This will be my testimony. Okay, I want to make this quick. The reason we are here today, as I understand it, is a dispute over securities as it relates to a document signed by myself. On the one side, the plaintiff says that I pledged two securities. The first was a note that indicated my promise to pay a certain amount of currency, which you can see clearly in the documents before the court. The second security was a car title describing a very specific vehicle. The expectation of the plaintiff, which is a perfectly good expectation, is that the amount of currency and the make, model, condition, and in fact, the unique VIN number of the vehicle were clearly defined by the securities themselves, such that if I failed to deliver, if I failed to pay the amount prescribed or failed to deliver the specific vehicle described by the title, I would be guilty of a breach of contract. That, as I understand it, is the position of the plaintiff here. They have alleged that I did not make sufficient payments and are therefore asking this court to reward them the right to redeem, take, possess the vehicle title by taking physical possession of the vehicle itself. And they're going to say, and they do say, that to secure these two titles from me, the plaintiff offered a security of its own, a type of currency known as a US dollar or a Federal Reserve note. My contention with the plaintiff's request is for the plaintiff to please describe the nature of the asset that makes its security good and valuable. What asset can be redeemed with its currency, with its security? It may be said that the asset backing the security was the vehicle itself, but the plaintiff doesn't believe this. If they did, then they would treat the funds they received when they sold my note as backing for my promissory note. But no, the plaintiff clearly knows that securities represent assets in advance of exchange, not afterwards. So, what specifically can we redeem, or can I redeem, with these Federal Reserve securities? Where do we redeem them? What is the exchange rate? The simple fact of the matter is this: every bank associated with the Federal Reserve Bank has been using securities backed by nothing to engage in contracts where they condemn their counterparts for using securities without proper backing. In most cases, promissory notes that become delinquent. By their own standards, they condemn themselves. For if an empty security is grounds for a breach of contract, even though most customers enter into those contracts with every intention of fulfilling their obligations, then a currency whose convertibility into a real asset such as gold is suspended is also a breach of contract. Since lending institutions, in coordination with the Federal Reserve, knowingly and publicly admit to doing this, it can be demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt that they did attempt with full knowledge and intention to defraud their customers of their wealth and property. The fact that they are using their own crime, their own sin, as grounds for condemning their customers and as a justification for adopting violent means, which they are seeking to co-opt through the government's use of violence for their own unjust gain, is proof that they are guilty of outright theft in most cases and even murder in some cases. For these reasons, which have been proven by the plaintiff's own standards and actions today. I move to have their motion against me dismissed, the title to my vehicle returned to me, and for the law to pursue their attempted fraud and theft to the fullest extent possible, rooting out this practice in its entirety. Thank you.